Moving through big change, chosen or unchosen, the only thing that's clear right now is you can't go back and you're not quite sure what's up ahead. This is the period author Nancy Levin calls being in the space of no longer and not yet. This is a midpoint of the change process where you're most likely to encounter grief, loss, fear, and judgment for those past choices as you struggle to release old identities that no longer serve you. So, what do you do? Well, you must get better at navigating the in between. And in this video, I'll share 3 ways that you can get better at navigating the in between. But first, hi, I'm Stacyann, consulting astrologer for those moving through transition and transformation. And my goal with this channel is to inspire and guide you on whatever part of the change process you're currently navigating. And because who you're becoming is just what the world needs. 3 ways that I think can be really helpful in preparing you for that in-between stage is number 1, connect with your values. Values define a way of being that we're committed to expressing. And so when you meet that messy middle part of change, you want your values to support who you're wanting, who you're committed to being in those situations. So whether your values are honesty, integrity, fearlessness, or even beauty, defining those values will anchor you into that higher expression of who you want to be in those kinds of situations when it's the most uncomfortable. Another way of getting good at the in-between is to make friends with fear through mindfulness practices. Now, fear shows up in all stages of the change process, but I found that it gets louder and more intense when you're in that middle part and things are super, super uncertain. And why mindfulness? Well, mindfulness is a way to not get taken off track by certain emotions and feelings like fear. When you are able to watch and feel without judgment, that's the mindfulness practices kicking in and helping you to acknowledge what you're feeling, acknowledge what you're going through, but without being stopped by it or taken over by those feelings that will come up when you are dealing with that messy middle part of the change process. And mindfulness practices are something that you want to incorporate into your daily routine, your daily spiritual practices, whatever that looks like for you. Because starting them on the day that you're moving through that middle part might be much more of a challenging thing. So these practices, they accumulate and become more beneficial over time. So the more that you practice, the better. So incorporating mindfulness practices to help with that experience of fear, you want to do that way ahead of that middle part of the change process. And these mindfulness practices could look like meditation, of course, doing body scans, walking meditations are also included here. But anything that you do with the intention of being within your body, being in the present moment, is definitely something that you want to incorporate to help you with that experience of fear that we all will eventually go through at different stages of the change process. And finally, what could help us get good at navigating the in-between is incorporating joy and fun. Now, if the change process can last longer than you expect, longer than you anticipate, and we can't put our lives on hold, we can't put our joy, we can't put our happiness on hold for the discomfort of moving through what we're moving through. And so making sure that there is space for joy and fun in your daily life is also how we get good at the in between and the midpoint of that change process. And so, playful things, calling that friend that you always have fun with, putting on a movie or sitcom that just brings you to a lot of joy, a lot of laughter, and a lot of fun is important, and definitely will make that change process, will make that in between space go feel much more easier, feel much more lighter, and helps us kind of stay in that moment of being in that process, even when we know we just want things to be over. But having that joy and fun definitely helps you navigate the in between. Now, let me know below in the comments, what are your tips for that in between and getting good at that in between space of change. And if you like this video, please share, like, and I will see you next time. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.